Hey everyone, and welcome to the Healing Party. Let's talk about it. I'm your host, Tejumade, author, creator, healer, and the voice for the unheard. And I am beyond excited to finally welcome you all to my very first official episode launching across all platforms. This space was created for real conversations, real healing, real growth, and real impact. A place where people can feel seen, heard, inspired, and reminded that healing is possible. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better way to begin this journey than with someone who has played such an important role in my life. So, for my very first episode, I am joined with a very special guest, my beautiful, amazing mother, Mary D. Lee, the infamous Mary D. Lee. She is a counselor, a social worker, a woman filled with wisdom and compassion, and someone who truly understands the importance of healing, growth, and creating safe spaces for others. I also want to mention she has her pies, and she is the infamous best pie making person in the world. I'm not just saying this because she's my mama, but I had to throw that in there. But today is more than just an interview, it's a heartfelt mother and daughter conversation. And we're talking about healing. We're talking about overcoming life's challenges, using your voice, and becoming the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. So thank you for tuning in and supporting and growing with us from day one. Now let's get into it and let's talk about it.
Thank you, my beautiful daughter, and welcome to everybody. So, start Tejumade. Tell us who you are and what makes you you.
All right, well, that's a good question. So I am Ron K, but I'm embracing Tejumade. I am a daughter of a king from Nigeria, and he named us all names with royalty. So my name means fix your gaze on the crown. So that right there alone tells you a lot about who I am. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm a model. I am an author, a best-selling author, and I'm someone who's been through the storm, I've been through a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. But the thing is, I'm happy to share that. So that's a little bit of who I am. I'm human. I bleed just like you, and I'm amazing.
That's wonderful. Okay, you mentioned that you've been through some storms. So, what actually is something that you've had to overcome that helped shape the person you are today?
I had to overcome holding on to situations or people that I know weren't good for me. Sometimes in life, you hold on to years. You put people on this pedestal when they really shouldn't be placed on that pedestal. So I had to take a step back and really analyze my life, and realize who's for me and who's not. So I would say by doing that, I'm now stepping into my greatness.
That's beautiful. Okay, so was there a moment where you realized that you can't stay in this place anymore?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when things just get too, what's the word that I want to use? Get too combative, where you feel like you're walking on eggshells, or where it's just you're not being yourself within that relationship or situation, that's a time where you need to leave. And I want to say that it was a struggle because I wanted to hold on to that. I wanted to give this person grace. And I wasn't realizing that giving this person so much grace, I was losing parts of me. So I had to take a step away and leave that situation.
And what kept you grounded during your hardest season?
Always, what always keeps me grounded through my hardest season will be my strong connection with God. No matter what it is that I go through, I can always call on the man upstairs. I can always look at my scriptures. I can always read those scriptures and know that, is there for me no matter what.
Right. That's good. Faith is really a great thing to have, and it gives you a lot of strength.
Yes.
Okay, what are you doing now that brings you peace, joy, or happiness that you weren't doing before?
Okay, so what I'm doing now that brings me peace, joy, and happiness, I would say is working on me, looking at myself in the mirror and fixing little things that I feel like I need to fix or work on. Sometimes we have to take a step back to evaluate ourselves, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm always journaling. I love that. But my podcast, I feel I was called for this because I feel like it's my call and it's bringing everything together. I'm an author. So this podcasting that I'm doing right now, I feel it's my creative space.
Okay, I believe that as well for you. You've always been a excellent writer, and even when you were a young child. So it's wonderful to see this blossom into this beautiful thing right now, especially all the books you've written.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay, Ronke, I just wanted to ask you, what version of yourself are you most proud of becoming?
I am most proud of becoming, and this has taken me a long time. I'm most proud of becoming not feeding into somebody's negative energy. I used to always feel like I had to get the last word. I had to do, I had to get this person back. I had to, feed into whatever energy that I'm getting. But now I realize that's not necessary. Be you. If you were always the light, be that light. Continue to be that light. No matter what negative energy is coming your way, continue to show people who you are in whatever situation that you're in. And so that's what I am refocusing my energy on, being that light no matter what. That's what I'm put on this earth to be, that light.
It's beautiful. In fact, I do listen to a lot of Steve Harvey, and he always mentions that we all are our own selves and we all have a gift. And if you want to be successful, to just work in that gift. And so that reminds me of what you had just said. Okay, I'd like to ask, if someone is listening, feels stuck, broken, or discouraged right now, what would you want them to hear from you? In other words, what message do you hope inspires somebody else?
Well, if someone feels stuck right now, I would just let them know that, hey, you're not alone. Okay. But now it's time to get up, it's time to get out, and it's time to do whatever it is that you want to do. Because at the end of the day, it's not over. Okay. So do whatever it is that you can, whatever it is, whether it's therapy, whether it's talking to a friend, whether it's journaling, going to church, whatever it is that makes you happy. If you like art, do whatever it is that what makes you happy. Because one thing that I learned about going through things or pain, use that pain and turn it into your purpose. You don't stay stuck in that pain. You have to allow that pain to blossom you into something greater than what you were before, because your pain or your previous pain, whatever it is that you went through, that is going to be your testimony at the end of the day. You're going to be able to share your story with someone that's going through whatever you went through right now. And so just stay strong within that, knowing that this too shall pass.
Okay, that's beautiful. In fact, that is a part of self-help, doing something that makes them feel good about themselves, whether it's getting your nails done, taking a bubble bath,
Exactly.
exhaling, breathing. People don't realize we don't breathe enough. Sometimes we have to take deep breaths throughout the day. So self-help is very important. All right, I have one more question for you, Ronke. How are you protecting your peace and keeping yourself going these days? Like, do you have any routines, any boundaries, habits, or mindset shifts, or what is helping you stay grounded and glowing through life?
That's a very good question. What's helping me staying grounded is knowing where I've been, knowing where I'm at, and knowing where I am going. Also, what's helping me stay grounded is my amazing son. He just lights me up every day. And also, I would say every morning I'm doing affirmations. I feel like that is so important. I have a sticky note on my mirror. I'm listening to them in the morning before I start my shift. I feel like the way you start your day, it sets the tone for the day. So if you got to get up, make sure you pray first. Don't pick up that phone. Don't brush your teeth first. Go ahead and pray first. Pray to God first. Set the tone for the day. Say what you want and speak it into the atmosphere. That is what's keeping me grounded. And I don't do that only in the morning. I do that several times a day. I do it whenever I feel the need to. It's very important. You got to stay positive. You got to stay grounded, and you got to set the tone. And also, I'm working on my boundaries. I am definitely working on my boundaries because I was once a person that always said yes. Always feel like they say yes for everybody's problem. They calling me wanting this, wanting that. But now I'm saying no. It's okay to say no.
Yep.
It's okay to say you don't have it. It's okay because at the end of the day, you got to focus on you. So these are the things that are helping me stay grounded.
That's excellent. In fact, yes, you're right to start your day off with positive affirmations. In fact, to the listeners out there, have you ever had a day that everything was just going every kind of which way? Just, you're like, why is this going so crazy? It's because of what she just said. You have to set your day. You have to tell your higher power, or you have to put in the atmosphere, this is what it's gonna be. Okay, put in that positiveness.
Yes.
And nine times out of 10, actually 10 times out of 10, it's gonna happen
Exactly.
the way you say it's gonna be. So put it out there. It's gonna be a positive day. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have joy or whatever.
Yes.
You always want to bring that force before you.
Yes, I decree it and I declare it. That's one thing I learned from my pastor. You got to decree it and you got to declare it. Whatever you want, decree it and declare it. And it is yours and it shall be.
Correct. Well, Ronke, thank you so very much for having me as your first guest. I'm so very, very proud of you. I mean, I literally watched you blossom into this beautiful, wonderful, beautiful person, an entrepreneur, a writer, a mother, and so much more. You've written a children's book. You've written a self-help book. You've written your last book, which is Glowing Through What We Go Through. It's helped me in my tough spots. I just remind myself, oh, let me think of that book. Oh my God, I got to glow through what I'm going through. So it helps me through my little bumps on the road and my little difficult spots. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful book.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mom. That really does mean a lot to me. And I'm so glad that you mentioned all of that. Glowing through what we go through, that was very deep for me. I put everything in the book, and that's where my healing began. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because a lot of people need to hear this. And, the storm is not over. So before we end this, I want to say thank you, Mom, for being my very first guest. It wouldn't have been right to not do it without you. So I do appreciate you. I want to wrap this up and I want to say to my listeners, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And that is Psalm 30, verses 5. So I want to decree and declare favor, abundance, prosperity, and greatness over your life.
Yes.
You may be in a season right now, but it will not last forever. So I just want to thank you so much for embarking on this journey with me, and stay tuned for more. This is our first episode. If you're listening and you want to continue following me, please follow me on Instagram, the Healing Party _, and also follow me on Touched by Tejumade. And that's TOUCHEDBYTEJUMADE. And also, you can find me at thehealingparty.net. So thank you so much for staying tuned and listening to my very first episode. Once again, healing is the vibe and growth is the goal. Thank you.